Welcome to the deep dive. If you're here, you want the quickest way to get truly informed. And today we are diving deep into dropshipping. And forget that, basic definition you might find online. Our mission is to get past dropshipping 101. We're analyzing what actually works now in this, pretty crowded space. We'll break down how it works, the steps to start, and really get to the core question. Is dropshipping still, worth it in 2025? Or is it kind of a relic?
Well, what's interesting is dropshipping itself isn't exactly new. It's more like an evolution, right? Taking ideas like consignment, third-party logistics, but adapting them for the internet age. It basically tackles that huge problem for online sellers. How do you sell stuff without needing a ton of cash up front for inventory?
Or a warehouse. It really separates the storefront part from the actual handling of goods.
Okay, let's really unpack that mechanism. Because understanding the money flow, that's key to seeing both the appeal and the risks involved. It works because you're essentially the middle person, right? You handle the sale, the marketing.
Right, only those parts. So here's the scenario. Let's say you set up an online store. You're selling, smart water bottles. You list one for $50. A customer comes to your site, likes it, pays you the $50. Now, only after you have that money.
Crucial point.
Do you then turn around, go to your supplier, buy that same bottle for, say, $25 and tell the supplier, hey, ship this directly to the customer.
And boom, that's let's call it the magic part. You, the store owner, you keep that $25 difference. And you never had to see the bottle, pack it, ship it, none of that. It's a fundamentally low-risk cash flow because you only pay after you get paid.
Exactly. So your job is the marketing, the brand image, finding those products, the supplier. They're the invisible part.
Yeah, the backbone. Storage, packing, shipping, all the logistics stuff.
And that division of labor, that's why it just exploded, right? It made e-commerce seem incredibly accessible, like the ultimate low-cost entry point.
But, okay, we have to throw in the reality check pretty early here. That same low barrier, that's exactly why competition is just intense. And it's why, frankly, a lot of people don't make it. They mistake the simple concept, the thing we just described, for it being easy to execute. It's not.
Good point. The simple idea hides a lot of complex work.
Yeah, think about why it got so popular as a side hustle. Super low startup costs, obviously.
Yeah.
You could run it from your bedroom, literally. You could test tons of products without buying any stock up front. If something didn't sell, you just, removed it from your site. No loss.
That flexibility is huge. You can test globally, instantly. But, and this is the big but, that advantage of not touching the product, it means you lose all control over fulfillment.
That really is the core trade-off, isn't it? The pros are massive. No inventory risk, location freedom, massive product variety.
But the cons hit hard when something goes wrong. A delay in shipping, a damaged item, suddenly that risk, it lands right back on you. You're the brand face.
And the cons are all tied to that lack of control. First, profit margins. They're usually thinner than traditional retail because the supplier's handling everything and they take their cut. Second, and this one's a killer for beginners, those shipping times. Especially if you default to, the cheapest suppliers, often overseas. Waiting weeks. Customers hate that.
Let's dig into that quality control issue too, because it's critical. You never see the item, so you're basically trusting the supplier completely.
Yeah, blind trust, almost.
And imagine one bad batch, or just one fulfillment worker having a bad day. That could tank your reviews, destroy your marketing efforts. That $25 profit doesn't really cover losing customer trust, does it?
Absolutely not. Which really means for anyone starting today, you have to vet suppliers like they're a core partner, not just like a listing you clicked on AliExpress. The competition now demands a good customer experience. Fast, reliable shipping isn't a bonus anymore. It's pretty much mandatory.
Okay, so reality check delivered. We know the trade-offs. Let's get practical. For someone listening who's serious, who wants to treat this like a real business, what's the roadmap, the actual steps for today? Right. All right, step one, pick a niche. And I mean a niche, not just random products.
Yes, huge difference.
Don't just sell cool gadgets. Specialize. Maybe it's eco-friendly kitchen tools or specific gear for cat owners or minimalist home office stuff. Something focused. You need demand, sure, but you also want competition you can actually handle. Tools like Google Trends help, obviously. But also look at TikTok comments on viral products. What are people asking for that isn't quite there?
That's a great point. The best niches often solve a very specific problem or cater to a real passion. And think practical, too. Choose stuff that's, less likely to break in transit, not too many size variations, maybe, reduces returns, and crucially, can you make interesting short videos about it? If not, your marketing costs are going to be rough.
Good advice. Okay, step two, Find reliable suppliers, and I'd add fast suppliers.
Yeah.
This is maybe the most crucial step now.
Cool.
Beginners often default to big marketplaces like AliExpress. They're cheap, yeah, but shipping times of like 30 days, that just doesn't fly anymore.
No way.
So if you're serious, you got to look beyond that. Think about platforms designed for better integration, faster fulfillment, like CJ Dropshipping, maybe Zendrop or Spocket. They often connect you with suppliers in the US or Europe. Much faster shipping.
Right. Your goal isn't just the absolute cheapest unit cost. It's the best value, which includes speed and reliability from the supplier. Paying an extra dollar per item to get it there in 5 days instead of 25, that's an investment.
An investment in customer satisfaction, fewer support tickets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It builds credibility. The old dropship model was purely transactional. The new way, you have to build some trust.
Makes sense. Step 3, build your store and brand. Your website can't look like, a cheap knockoff.
Please, no.
People won't trust you with their payment info. Shopify is still kind of the go-to for ease of use. WooCommerce gives you more control if you know WordPress. But focus hard on visuals. High-quality photos, maybe not just the supplier's default ones if you can manage it. And write descriptions that sell the benefit, the solution, not just list features. Step 4, pricing strategy.
Yep.
This is tricky because you have to factor in marketing costs. Let's use our example. It costs you $25, you sell for $50. That's $25 gross profit.
Right. Gross.
But you can't just assume you keep half of that $25. What about the cost to get that customer? Your customer acquisition cost.
Yeah, that's the number that bites beginners. If you spend, say, $15 on Facebook ads to get one sale, your actual net profit is only $10 on that $50 sale. And honestly, most beginners spend weeks, maybe months just testing ads. They might burn through a few $100s on ads before they find what works and actually make sales.
So be prepared for that initial phase of reinvestment.
Absolutely. You're constantly feeding profits back into ad testing until you find a winning channel, a winning audience. The goal isn't just profit per item, it's hitting enough volume at a profitable CAC. Selling 50 bottles a week at $10 net profit each. That's $500 weekly profit. That shows the potential if you crack the code.
Which leads perfectly to step 5, master traffic and marketing. This is the big one. This is where most fail, even with a good product and supplier.
It's the engine of the whole thing.
Getting people to your store is critical. And yeah, it can be expensive if you don't know what you're doing. You can't just post a few pictures on Instagram and hope for the best.
Not anymore.
For those viral type products, you need to be really good at quick, snappy video content. Instagram Reels, TikToks, lots of testing. For more established niches, it's often about smarter paid ads, Facebook, Google ads. But that means understanding targeting, ad copy, testing visuals. It's a skill.
And this is where the deep dive really applies today. Successful marketing in 2024, moving into 2025. It's shifting. It's not just blasting ads everywhere. Think about micro-influencers, finding smaller creators in your specific niche who actually like the product, getting them to promote it. That can often get you customers much cheaper than generic Facebook ads.
That makes sense. More targeted.
Yeah, and focus on 2 key numbers.
Right.
Your website's conversion rate, how many visitors actually buy, and how effective is your ad testing loop. If people land on your site but don't buy, you're just wasting ad spend.
Okay, so putting this all together, the $1 million question, or maybe the $50 water bottle question, is dropshipping still viable? Like, really, in 2025, with all this competition?
Okay, the short answer, yes.
Okay.
But, and it's a big but, only if you completely ditch the old mindset, the find random cheap things, slap it online approach, that's dead.
So what's the new mindset?
The successful dropshipper now isn't just a middleman. They have to be a brand builder.
A brand builder.
Okay. Yeah, people talk about brand-oriented dropshipping or even semi-private labeling. It means focusing on the experience. The requirements now are pretty much non-negotiable, I'd say. First, better presentation, maybe custom packaging, even just a logo sticker on the box, something that feels real.
Right, not just a generic package from overseas.
Exactly. Second, that faster fulfillment we talked about. Maybe using a third-party logistics company, a 3PL, or finding suppliers with domestic warehouses. Getting tracking info out fast.
And you mentioned branding. How personal does it need to get?
Increasingly personal, I think. Showing your face on social media, explaining why you chose the product, handling customer service transparently, that builds trust way faster than an anonymous store.
So customer trust, built through reliability and maybe a bit of personality, that's the real barrier to entry now.
I'd argue it is. The infrastructure is there, Shopify, global shipping, it all works. But success goes to those who treat it like a serious marketing business that just happens to outsource the warehouse part, not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's evolved.
Definitely. So, just to kind of wrap the main points, dropshipping still works because it solves that inventory problem. But you only unlock its power if you focus on, let's say, three things: great suppliers, actual brand building, and sharp marketing.
Right, so for you listening, if you're thinking of taking the plunge, the action plan seems clear. First, pick a specific niche, find a real gap. Then, really vet suppliers for speed and reliability.
Don't skip that.
Build a professional-looking, trustworthy site. And then commit. Commit to learning and funding the marketing side, the ad testing, the content.
It takes time and often some initial capital for ads.
Yeah. And maybe we leave you with this thought directly from the research, which seems to nail the difference between success and failure here. Patience plus consistency, profit.
That sums it up pretty well.
So maybe start thinking. What's a specific trending niche right now, solving a real problem that you could actually start digging into?
Good question to ponder. Keep learning, keep testing.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.